Hey everybody, how's it going? This is White Belt Angular, and I am too cool for school. We're going to get started on a different path right now. It's going to have several moving parts, so I'm going to show you what the end result is going to look like. On my public facing site, I've got it so that when we're at the public site, there are no APIs running, but if there were APIs on the local site, it would display a list of videos. To show you how the video display works, we're going to start with something different, which is basically showing YouTube videos on the page. So in our local site, I'm going to just show you that running to show you what it looks like locally. And I need to figure out how to work around how to stop that version issue from coming up. But it's compiling. And we wait. Ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a local database. We're going to connect to that database. We're going to display videos. But the first thing I want to do is set up the ability to display videos. So here you can see the pages are basically as we saw them before, and you can see that it's running locally. I want to have the videos displayed here. So it will look something like this. But you can't just drag and drop an image into an Angular. I mean, not an image. You can't just drag and drop a video into Angular, and you can't do that with a YouTube video either. So I'm going to show you how to get that set up. First thing I'm going to do is kill this process because it's going to need to be recompiled. And I'm going to start a new process. I'm going to go Node Package Manager, install Angular YouTube Player. It's pretty straightforward. It will run, and I'm going to serve up my project again. It's compiling, and while it's doing that, let's take a look at some of the basics for Angular. In order to use a component or a module, it has to be imported. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now. Alright, so here you can see localhost, and then there's no videos showing, there's nothing showing, but we can tell that it's running locally. So in order to make use of the YouTube player, what I have to do is import the YouTube player module from, and you have to supply the location. And I have to make use of that module. I have to import it once it's, I don't know why it's imported twice, but like this is sort of like a declaration, and then this is the usage. So once I've done that there, I want to display my YouTube video on my home page, or on my home component. So I'm going to go to the home component, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to import the YouTube player module, and then I need to declare it locally here. So that's how this looks. In my constructor, I declare the player and I set the object type of the player. And I think I changed up that naming convention so it's like that. So we import it and sort of declare it. And this is really a guide on usage. You can watch a lot of videos that will give you sort of a deep dive on why you're doing this or that. But a lot of times I find that the deep dives don't show you exactly how to get from A to B. So that's what we're going through here. So with that being done, like I said, I want to display my videos on the page. So I'm going to first create my display, which is going to be an unordered list. And in that unordered list, I'm going to place actually I'm going to do it as a definition list. So I'd set these projects up with simple names. I'm going to go through and sort of fill that out a little bit better moving forward. But for now, we have Project Alpha, Project Bravo, Project Delta. And for each one of those, we have sort of the things that we're going to go through. Actually, let me show you what that looks like in the page when you do that. So you can see here, I basically add some HTML and it displays on the page. So for my definitions, and the definition list is a little bit different than order lists and unordered lists, but I'm going to have DD, and I'm going to add the elements that sort of make up what the project was. I'm adding an ordered list here, and you can see how that looks on the page. I really love the fact that you do the hot reloading whenever you save when it works. Next thing I want to do is add a YouTube player, YouTube video player. And that's coming from this component, if you haven't figured that out. And it's got a few variables that go with it. It's got the video ID, it's got suggested quality, it's got the height and width. So for the video ID, that's basically the ID of the video, and you can see that on any YouTube video URL. It's going to look something like this. If you're looking at a YouTube URL, it's going to have watch, and then I guess V is video ID, and that's going to be here. So when we save it, we get errors. Looks like we have some sort of tag error. Oh. Oh, that's because when I was pasting it, I guess I pasted the whole thing twice. So as you can see here, you add it and boom, it shows up. So let's go ahead and add the rest of them. And you can see that they're all loading. So moving forward, we're going to establish a local database that will serve us this information. So we won't be hard coding it here in the component. We'll actually read it from a JSON file. But you can, there's a lot of other options that are available with these. I know you can add different controls, but like here we've got the default set of controls, and installation, the audio works, and it works just like a normal YouTube page. Thanks, and have a great day.